fighting the socialist slide to the left with autonomy, accountability, and true altruism. Ave Maria, Our Lady, Notre Dame, Bloody Mary. We're having a tea party in the nursery, and I'm making the Bloody Marys. Happy graduation day to all your Notre Dame families out there. At my university, they always had graduation on Mother's Day. I always thought that was rather a nice honor to the woman that bore the grads. Somehow it made the day more special than the sum of its parts. Mother's Day is a beautiful day. Graduation is a milestone in a young adult's life. Together on the same day, they harmonize with each other very nicely. Notre Dame does not celebrate graduation and Mother's Day on the same day. They celebrate graduation and abortionists on the same day. Notre Dame invited and hosted today and honored a baby killer to speak on campus, but you can bet Hannah Jane and John Kerry weren't there to spit on him. Excuse me. The Obama has spoke at Bloody Dame, and outside a vigil group of students and community spoke for the unborn with no tongues. My hat's off to them, especially to the students that have opted to vote with their feet and boycott their own graduation because the happy occasion has been sullied by Obama's bloody hands. They skipped their own graduation to go outside and pray. Thank you, guys. That choice shows true devotion, tenacity, and strength. Everyone's parents want them to walk at graduation. Somehow the empty symbolism of walking from one side of a university stage to the other carries as much weight in our society as the pledge made at First Holy Communion. At least that's what I found in my experiences. I'd also like to thank Norma McCorvey. It's been a long, hard road, and I'm glad and honored that you can be our voice now. For those of you who don't know, Norma McCorvey was the Roe of Roe v. Wade County. She has since recanted her pro-abortion stance and showed up to protest at Notre Dame yesterday. And she's not alone. A recent Gallup poll has self-identified pro-lifers outnumbering pro-choicers for the first time in ever. We're making inroads here. You know what was nice about the tea parties on tax day? We peacefully and respectfully stated our position and made some ideological headway by not acting like a bunch of raving lunatics, like any comparable movement on the left would have done. If there was one day with as many well-attended protests on the left, there would have been arrests, there would have been incited police, there would have been incited riots, but we proved the maturity of our position. It's too bad we're not repeating that scene again. I was saddened to hear that the anti-abortion protesters went with the pro-incarceration martyrdom theory to prove their point. Doesn't make us look like we're playing the civil game. But that being said, it would have been nice to see more protests, peaceful vigils throughout the nation in support of these students and clergy and Notre Dame. We dropped the ball on this one. I personally have been so busy lately that by the time I realized the opportunity, it was too late to organize anything. Imagine if we'd made the occasion of Notre Dame lauding the Obama with an honorary degree. If we had turned today into a nationwide, peaceful, and inclusive vigil where anyone, regardless of race, religion, or creed, could meditate and be counted as a voice for all the souls that will never graduate because they were born during a botched abortion and were denied medical attention, or because they fell victim to a partial birth abortion murder, or if they happened to be practiced upon by a practitioner who would rather not commit an abortion but is no longer protected by Bush's Conscience Act. We dropped the ball. What happened to the strength we saw on tax day? I miss you guys. We cannot sit back and call that a victory. Not when the governmental juggernaut still grows. Pelosi's still denying that she knew and raised no objections to waterboarding gate. And she's still going after those she once supported. They're also trying to whittle away our Second Amendment rights by outlawing private gun sales, gun shows, on the basis that criminals buy their guns from law-abiding gun enthusiasts who are well aware that they have thick governmental files in D.C. I know NRA members. I also know gangbangers. They do not shop in the same place. Not for guns. Crime guns are not purchased under legal means. Look up the stats on it. And while they try to make it harder for us to protect our families by taking away our abilities to purchase guns, this administration is helping to fund the organization in China that encourages killing your family. That's right, folks. The legislation that the Bush administration put the kibosh on because it put the infanticide of Chinese girls, that's back in effect. Now, your tax dollars continue once again to fund the infanticide coercion programs in China where little girls are not valued and families with more than one child are penalized. Our tax dollars are funding a system that is singling out Chinese girls for the grave. But do they even get that respect? Do these aborted infants receive a proper funeral service? Catholic, Buddhist, Hindu, Janist, I don't care, just any respect, acknowledging the person lost? No. You were born. You've got a birth certificate to prove it. If there was a demonstration in New York today, I'd bring a copy of my birth certificate to the vigil. Perhaps, excuse me, the Obama will someday share his with us. I recently watched a movie where an infant was born to a New York City couple. But the conception and the birth didn't quite happen on U.S. soil. You seen Rosemary's Baby? I'm just saying, without showing us your birth certificate, Obama, we gotta assume the worst. What do you gotta hide? Or, if there's nothing to hide, where's the birth certificate proving your natural bornness? I don't want a laser printer version of a document that precedes laser printing, sir. I just want the real proof of your eligibility for our president. Oh, hold on. Sorry. I'm not wearing my Obama goggles. See, my vision's impaired, but the Obama healthcare system got me these great collective lenses. They're made by the Myth of the Cave Optics. Let me just put them on here, and, oh, that's better. Wow. Where'd I get catechized? The Obama, being altogether wholly perfect in every way, was not to be sullied with an earthly placenta. What womb can contain him? What woman could bear him? What lap could be his throne? The Obama deigned for our salvation to come down to us and be made man, but without birth, as he is forever and without end. How can the eternal be born? Where is the beginning of that which has always been? Let's stop this childish quest for a birth certificate. The Obama is not of this world. You cannot subject him to the law of man. Only he can judge.